and welcome to another Zenphi tutorial. As you can tell by the title, today we're going to be going over how you can build a simple vendor onboarding approval flow using Zenphi. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first step to any Zenphi flow is to set up your trigger, which is the action that initiates your flow. For this example, we're using the Google Forms trigger, meaning it's going to start your flow whenever a response is submitted. All you have to do is set up your connection to Google Forms by clicking on the plus icon here. Set up a new connection, which can be private or shared. After you click on Authorize, you can click on the Google Drive icon here to select the form from your drive. Feel free to add whatever questions you think are necessary. Here are some of the ones we added: company name, primary contact name, email, company website, etc. Now, the first action or step that we have in our process is this current date and time action. This is going to allow us to be able to display today's date. That way we're able to add it to the roster where we're going to keep a backlog of when each of these responses are submitted. So you can choose a different format based on what you're looking for, and then you can choose your culture and time zone. The next step is going to be adding it to our spreadsheet that I've created, which is going to be our backlog for vendor requests. This is what it looks like. We have a field for submitted on, company name, primary contact, email status, and notes. So to be able to automatically add the row, we're going to use the add row action. You're going to set up your connection to your Google Drive. You're going to select the Google Sheet using the Drive icon. Here you have to indicate the sheet name, and then once you load the headers, you're able to indicate which value should go to which column. So you can write manually, or if you click on the chain icon, this is called a token picker, you can easily add the information from the form that they submitted. Next, we want to be able to send this request to the appropriate department to be able to approve or reject. So we're going to use the assign task action. This allows you to be able to build a task. You can add a name, description, add different outcomes, edit the sender display name, who's going to be receiving the task. In this case, I've created a variable to store the procurement department's email. And then you can edit the subject and the body. You can use a token picker, as you can see that I've used here, to be able to add important information that the user will need to be able to approve or reject the request. You can also add attachments if needed. I've also added that if they want to reject, they need to attach the reasons in the notes section. The assign task action, whenever you want to approve, reject, or add a different outcome, for example, is going to have a space for comments. So here you're easily able to add the reasoning for your selection. Depending on the outcome of the task, we want to take a different direction. So for this, we're going to use the if condition. We're going to click on these dials here to establish a clause, and this is going to indicate that when the response outcome is equal to approve, it's going to follow the true branch. So simply click on the token picker and add the response outcome here. It's going to be able to decide when it's going to go this way or this way. So in both cases, I'm going to be updating the status. If we look back at the Google Sheet, there's different statuses here. So I want to be able to change it to approve or rejected. So both of these are the same exact action. The only difference is I'm going to write something different in that row. So for example, here we're going to be using the update row action. All you have to do is indicate the file ID, which we can get from the vendor request. It's right here. Sheet name you can write manually, and row number we can also get it from the action since we added the row earlier in the flow. Down at the bottom we can indicate which columns we want to update. In this case, column E will say rejected, and in this case I want to add their comments in the notes section. So again, using the token picker, if you open up the task, we're easily able to see the comment here. And then I'm going to go ahead and send a rejection email. So here we would send it to the contact email that they provided in the form. This is using the send email action using Gmail. So you can set up your connection to your Gmail account and then edit the subject, the body, add a sender display name. You can change the font, add text in bold, italic, etc. Here I've also added the comment as I did in the previous action. And this is going to be able to let the person know why it was rejected in case they want to resubmit the form. Now, like mentioned previously, this action, when approved, it's going to do the exact same thing as in the other branch. However, this time it's going to say approved, and I will not be adding the comments. The next action will also be an email, but this will be an approval email. So similar, the exact same format, sending it to the same email, just changing the body, the subject, etc. And then lastly, what I want to do is make sure we add that client to a HubSpot record. So what I'm going to do is use the create record action for HubSpot, set up your connection to HubSpot, And then what I'm going to do is add these fields. There's different ones that you can choose from depending on what information you want to add. And then I'm just using the information from the form, for example, the company name, their website, their email address, etc. So here we're going to go ahead and submit a form. Going back to our flow, we're going to select a form response to start just to be able to test the form. We're going to select this one, click on start. Now if we look here through the steps, it's already added it to the vendor request spreadsheet and it has sent the task for approval. If I look at the spreadsheet, I can see it has the date here, the name of the company, the primary contact, the email, and the status is still pending since it hasn't been approved or rejected. This is what the task would look like, so I'm going to go ahead and reject it. I'm going to go ahead and add the comment here and click on submit. And as you can see here, it has changed the status to rejected. It added the notes. And that would be everything. As you can see, it can be a very simple process to be able to generate a vendor onboarding form. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them down in the comments section. There's going to be a link in the description to be able to book a free demo meeting where you're able to learn more about Zenphi, see how it's able to help your business, as well as receive help on your first flow. If you sign up during your free trial for a demo meeting, you'll also have the chance to be able to extend your trial, so it's always a good opportunity to sign up. Thank you so much for watching.